Alright, I was going to make some beans and escarole, and figured I'd video it because I'm hungry and people wanted to know what the heck you put in it to make it so good. But my recipe is very, very basic. I'm actually going to put some onions in. Most people don't. I like the extra onion. I happen to have some red onion here. I'll put that in. But I definitely go with a whole bulb of garlic, and then I actually add garlic powder on top of that. You can see I have my can of beans. Typically I would go with a larger can. I go with this monster huge one, or you can go with 2 cans of this. I've been picking at my escaroles. I don't have a whole head of escarole. So anyway, break up the garlic. This I'll show you quick. I don't typically peel the garlic like that. I kind of give it a good whack with either the edge of the knife. The cans work great because the garlic comes right apart and the paper's off. So it's a pretty quick way to, especially if you want to have the kids help, just throw the garlic out like this, have them whack, and the paper comes right off. You get a little bit of end piece, but I have to peel that off with my fingers. So this is my way of quickly cleaning a whole pile of garlic. I typically just use the knife, the flat of my hand, but the can actually works really well. So I would give that a try for those folks who want to give that a wing. And you lose your garlic cloves and all this. I typically try to do one at a time, not pile up. Because that'll happen. The dog will get a little garlic. He looked at it and said, "What? No, that's not food." He gave me a big sigh. I don't know if you heard that on camera. Like, oh no, real food, dude. Real food. Alright, so this is a case where it didn't come off completely. But generally, it's a pretty sweet way to do it. Besides, crushes your garlic a little too. I just take the whole pile and mince her up. So today I'm going to do a pure nutritarian version of this. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, because I have these canned beans have salt in them. Pure nutritarian would avoid the salt. But we're going to avoid the use of oil today for sauteing. So we're going to do some water sauteing. You know, I was thinking of putting some mushrooms in this. I guess, yeah, it just doesn't make sense, but it'd be a good nutritarian way. Anyway, so there's some chopped garlic. I should have actually done the onion first, but the garlic I grabbed. So I'm going to grab the garlic. Let me grab my pan here. My pan, actually the escarole was in it, the washed escarole, so there's a bit of water in the pan. So that's what I'm going to water saute with. This is how I do my onions, in case you want to see how quick and efficient. I don't know how people do their onions, but this is a quick way for me. It is just bang, you got your onion, a little bit of peel on your cutting board. Garlic is sticky. I'm going to do both onions. There's a little bit of steam coming off here. This pan's not hot yet, but I'm going to throw the onions in. Get the garlic later. Holy crap. One way I found that water sauteing works when you're not using oil is to try to keep the moisture in the pan, and the best way to pull that off, to cover it. And while we specifies this nutritarian diet. We're just eating foods with lots of nutrients. The beans will have your proteins, but there are other micronutrients in there. There's a lot of fiber in there. But the escarole is going to be our big nutrient guy. The garlic and the onions are going to have massive micronutrients for anti-cancer and anti-heart disease, so that's what we're using there. And the spices make it palatable. There we go. Alright, so now we're just starting to stick a little bit, and the onions are softening up. Probably good enough, because the moisture in the beans will get her going. So let's get our garlic in here, saute that a little bit, and then get the beans in. Alright, so my moisture's running out. I got a little spare here for the water saute. And there's the steam, and we'll cover it up again just to get that garlic softened up a little so it's not too bitey in the dish. Although I like that too. While that's going, we can chop up the escarole. This head of escarole is pretty clean. You know, I've gotten pretty dirty heads of escarole, and in between here you get a lot of dirt. This one I looked at, because I've been eating it through the week on things. I just, washed it in the sink as a big head. If it's a dirty one, I wash each leaf. So, just roughly cut this puppy up. Doesn't need to be minced or anything. Good. We're going to dump the beans in. Yeah, just starting to stick in there. We'll probably need a spoon to get these out. Pretty good. There we go. There's the additional moisture. I guess the side of my pan here is getting a little hot, and the liquid for the beans picked it right up, so there's no burnt onion. It's just softened up enough. The garlic's nice and soft now. And we're still at a medium heat, which is kind of high, but it's a quick dish. I don't know if you've been tracking this, but let's put I'm going to turn it down a little bit under high, put some of our spices in, and then get the escarole going. So here's some basil, maybe half teaspoon of each of these things, some oregano, adjust as necessary. Fennel. I love this stuff. It's got like an anise licorice sort of flavor, and this is granulated garlic, not powdered. I prefer that, and I tend to go overboard, so maybe a teaspoon I'd go. A lot of people don't do that level. It's getting a little bit dry in here, so I'm going to get that escarole in. It's got a lot of moisture in it, and that'll help keep this good. I'm going to take the dark greens, get them in there first. This is one of those dishes that the pan doesn't fit it all, but it'll cook down through the steam. So, there we go. Okay. And we're just going to cover that whole puppy up. Look at that. See, it just kind of sits on top. So, push her down. Steam will take care of the rest. Now we got all the beans out. So while that's cooking, I can put my spices back. I don't have kitchen cabinet doors, so it's really easy to find everything and put everything back. This is quite useful for mixing the escarole with the beans up. So some kitchen tongs, or barbecue tongs, however you want to point them, would be the good thing to get now. turn these off and eat because I'm just hungry. That looks good to me. Let's eat that. Plating action. Get some escarole, get some beans. Serve it up. Oh, look at that. Scoop the beans up. Oh, come on, get those beans. Get that nice gooey garlic, onion, fennel sauce. Pull this off the meat. And voila. This is my probably too much escarole to bean ratio, but this is my lunch. I'm going to eat it now. So